So Lori, tell us a little bit about what your like was initially and how it's evolved. I know it started probably at such a very early age of fifth grade is kind of how you were um, envisioning yourself along this path. But really as like medium and subject matter and palette, how have things changed for you?
Sure. Initially, I don't think I had the confidence to believe, I thought in fifth grade, yeah, that would be great to be an artist, but I didn't have the confidence to really pursue that. I have some cousins that are really successful in the art field, and I thought, that's something that might be out of my reach. And so initially I chose a different path. I became a writer, and I started writing for the local newspaper to support my, kids at a young age, and to give them some more advantage. But the art would always kind of seep out. And so I would do pencil sketches of my kids or people in the neighborhood, or if somebody had a family member that died, I would draw a portrait or, make a card or a booklet. And so that always kind of was bubbling to the surface. And
Hmm.
so initially it was just, pen and ink, watercolors, crayons even, to get the colors I wanted, because I've never gone to any art classes. I'm a completely self-taught artist. And so I never knew there was a right or wrong.
That's amazing, being self-taught and being able to produce what you produce and be exposed at the level you are from just a product development standpoint. I'm really impressed. So you touched on the fact that a little bit about self-taught artist. You're also a writer, an illustrator, a graphic designer. Are there any things that you can let us know about that we could go out and seek out on our own to see some of that?
Well, what really started to bring things full circle, I was writing cookbooks for Familius Publishing for a fellow named Christopher Robbins, and I would design little web memes for him every once in a while, to put on the website. And he said, well, it was 2012, Sandy Hook shootings. And he
Mm.
said, Lori, do you think you could illustrate a book? And I said, oh, I'd be honored. He wanted to, have it done rather quickly so that Christmas, the families from the Sandy Hook tragedy could have, something to hold on to and something for those kids. And he said, do you think you could do it in a week? And so that was pretty fast, but I ended up illustrating my first book, Love, Hugs, and Hope When Scary Things Happen. And we were able to get that out quite quickly. The publisher got that out on a Kindle edition, and then this as well. And it's still used across the world to treat kids in trauma situations and in care centers. But that kind of brought it full circle. And when I did that, and then I started doing book signings and traveling with Familius, I thought this is what I want to do. This is really fun. I would have kids come up to me at book signings and say, tell us about your book, tell us about what it's like to be an artist. And I thought that's what I want. That's when it started to feel right, and things started to transform, and I started to flip more to art instead of writing.
Isn't that incredible? Any more books in the works or
I
brainstorming about any?
Yeah, I like to do little gift booklets. I have a couple. I have a little country store where I sell handmade soaps and different things, and I have some little booklets that I do, the gift of peace and the gift of love, just little characters. I love to do characters with little thoughts and inspiration. I have another national children's book called What Are You Thinking? About the power of positive thinking for kids as well, and that's been really fun to see the response to that.
Oh my goodness. Boy, you are enjoying what you're doing and making a difference when you're doing it. That is
Thank
incredible.
you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about that store so that when somebody's in Utah and might be in the area, they can check it out. How did that come about? Where is it? And how long have you had it?
It's just a little place that I actually helped to build, from the cement to everything from the ground up. It took about 9 months to build. It was just a dream that I had. I thought, I never, again, not having that confidence or being a traditionally taught artist, I thought, well, nobody will ever buy my stuff, so I'll just make a little store and I'll sell my stuff there. And so,
I'll show them.
yeah, I'll show them. So that, came about in 2019. We were just open for a few months before the hard winter hit here, and did very well. I just have some greeting cards that I sold, and then I like to support other local artists. We have, artisans that do stoneware, that craft jams and jellies and honeys and soaps for us. So it's just kind of a little community place, and it's been quite popular with the tourists as well to come through and just kind of get a flavor of what we have here to offer.
Hmm. Well, that's fantastic. Oh, I've got
Thank
to get
you.
there. Got to get there. Hopefully I can get a friends and family discount when I get
Yes,
there.
of course.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Good, good.